Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. If you search for happiness, peace, love, not to have this experience of frustration because it never lasts or never fulfills it completely, you have to search for the source of it. And in fact, that's what you are. So you have not to search for it. I believe you just have to understand that you are already what you search deeply. And all the rest are suggestions, directions, movements, presentations given by the mind, given by it's your own creation. And there exists time and space, so it's always limited, temporary. So once you understand that, you know that you have then not to do anything. And it is your choice, or at least your deep understanding, to go with the mind or not. And satsang gives you an opportunity not to go with your mind. That's what you are. A big relief. To know that it's a big relief. So you have not to peel the onion. Again, I say, I like that image. To go to yourself. You are always yourself, that the mind admits or not. You just have to understand what's happening, what's going on. That's all. And no presentation will be an exception. It is the mind. It will go at some point. It will transform itself. It goes on changing. So it's of no use to put a belief that that's it. That's the truth. That's what I am. No presentations. Is it? It is it because it is his own creation, but in a limited way, in a translated way, second-hand sight. If you need more clarification, if you have anything you want to express, don't hesitate, please. It's the way of satsang. Yeah? You take the mic then.
you, I, I feel like I'm in the. It's I don't know how to start, but I
Yeah.
will dive in.
Yeah.
It's like a bit
Sure.
because I feel like I'm in this place of hearing you. Suddenly, I like you give the map kind of, and now actually the journey is to understand it's not here, but to really deeply
Yeah.
understand that the what I like what is I am it. This is my torch. I am it, and as you always say, dare to see it's the mind, dare to call it the mind, any experience. So I, it's like, I just,
Yeah.
it's like,
So you don't search for who you are. You just see what it is not.
yes, I feel like, I'm sorry I use this, but
No?
for the first time I see what does it mean to keep quiet, to really, what is it? Because usually I was like always peeling the onion, kind of peeling the
Sure,
onion.
that's what we all do.
Yes,
Till at some point we
yes,
hear. Sure. Sure,
yeah.
you don't peel the onion anymore. So who are you?
I'm
Are
like,
you an onion? Have you ever been an onion? Yeah. It's important to see what you said, and it's as important to keep quiet when, for example, you yourself denounce what's the mind. Because where are you left when you keep quiet? It's exactly that you searched. It's what you are. So now maybe you are impressed to see that everything is the mind, but you have to leave space to from where you see that. Yeah, very good. So what you would call it that you are still searching? What I hear from you, I would call it I am maybe still searching, but I'm more vigilant now. It's vigilance. But give space to keep quiet.
the other day, some offer came to me to do again a group, a 5-day group. So just to dive in what you really are. And the mind was so tempted to go for it because he did it so many times in his life. And then there was really someone seeing it and just to keep distance and to stay quiet. And
that you tell it to the someone, or
pardon?
You say there was someone to keep quiet.
It happened simply. So there was
to keep quiet.
There was this seeing this mind activities around this temptation, and then on the other side there was this seeing that I could see it, I could watch it, and it I could let go of it.
Okay. And now, what is here now?
Now is maybe I use the word peace, or
Can I ask you if it was needed? The 5 days were needed, or
no, not at all.
not at all? Good. So you don't depend on that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Ganga, I had a question. Is I'm afraid to speak my family, especially my
You
sister.
are afraid to speak
Speak.
about your family?
No, just chat with him. Just chat with him, because I know I love them so much, especially my sister. So I'm afraid to get involved too much personality to it, and so I don't know what to do.
But it's very easy.
Yeah.
As a sister, you will chat with her. Sure.
Yes.
Are you only a sister? Are you only a sister?
No.
No. So it's a role you play. And it's unavoidable in this creation. Everybody has many roles.
Yes.
We just play them in a natural way. But you know very well who you are. You are not only a role.
But when I speak and do some activity, my attention, not the self, will be the outside.
Of course. That's the role. That is the manifestation. You cannot avoid, as long as this body is alive, to play different roles in this life. It's totally natural. Unless you want to be a monk, but then you have to take that kind of life, but still you will have the role to be a monk. Maybe you have other less roles, but in fact it doesn't matter. A role is a role, you know. It's not what you really are.
Yeah.
So there is no problem to play your roles. It's just natural. And your mind will be busy for a while.
Yes.
And then again, you let it pass. And you investigate, or you just keep quiet according to where you are in your search or not.
So what's the difference between
Yeah.
quiet mind and be a presence? Is there difference between them?
When I say keeping quiet, I don't speak to the mind. You can always have a quiet mind. With your sister, if you see a sunset beautiful, you will keep quiet. Still, it's in your role. It is in the creation. I don't speak of that quietness. When I speak of this quietness, it's just an indication to show I'm not going just for a split second in any movement. In that way, it's like an evidence of being, but this is already a description, but still, it's an indication. So, quiet mind will always be, as the active mind, temporary. It will always be temporary.
Yes.
It doesn't mean anything about who you are. These are presentations, movements of the mind. So who you are, you cannot objectify it.
Sometimes I meditate, I get meditation, and I try to be quiet, seek quiet, but it's person to do it. Yeah.
Sure.
It's
For
like
the life, it helps. Sure, you give some quiet time to yourself,
Yes.
and normally what is life is just to be busy. So it helps you in the life meditation, but it didn't solve this question unless you don't have it. But if you ask, but who am I in reality? Now you are a meditator too much again. So you have not solved that question.
Yes.
It's just good for the life, nothing wrong. Oh, on the contrary, why not? Help yourself in this life, which is not so easy. But you have not solved who you are.
So
You have not removed or make disappear the search of who am I in fact.
so
But maybe you don't have that search and you are not obliged. I just try to describe what's what, you see. You understand that? If you want to have a better life, to introduce meditation, very good. Why not?
so what should I do to find
What do you
myself?
search? I want to know what do you really want?
I really want to know who am I, and
Okay. So, as I said, in this creation, the person I see will be, it's like that, the life, the creation, will be active, and through your meditation that you like and appreciate, it's a blessing, why not? You are not cuckoo. You are not all the time overcrowded with the mind. So you are more peaceful or more happy. At least you have moments like that. But it has nothing to do with the realization of who you are. Who you are, it's so undescribable and so unknowable because you are it. It's so intimate that you cannot objectify it. So once you have realized that, you live naturally the life which is bought by your birth. There is no problem with roles you have. There is no more questions about what's what. So, what did you catch from me? Tell. What do you don't understand?
It is not about it's not about what to do something. Just
No, it's not about that.
we should just be yourself, right?
You cannot do otherwise. You are always yourself, even when the mind doesn't believe it. You know, what's the difference between you and me? You think? There is no difference. Except that, I hope not, but let's say, maybe you believe in your mind, as I don't. That's all. We are exactly the same. That's why I insist. Know what's the mind, without compromise. One thought, never keep one cherished thought, because then you are in the mind. You have not yet been freed from its grip. Just be uncompromising. You are yourself. You have always been yourself. The mind suggests you otherwise because it has many concepts, ideas about it, and experiences, and so on. That's all. So have you to search who you are?
No.
No. And if you feel that your mind is still strong, just leave space to vigilance, that's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, but live your life.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ganga, I realize that the most valuable indication from you ever is I cannot be enlightened. This is amazing. This is fantastic. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
So let's not run for enlightenment. Yeah, that sticks for a very long time, to believe that I will be enlightened, sure. So if you see what you say, as long as there will be the belief of the I thought, there will be ignorance and enlightenment. Sure. That's why it's true, it's so important to hear once in one's life, or maybe thousands of times, it doesn't matter, but it will be heard once at once, suddenly, that there is a I too much. Then it's a big relief. You can come in. But I finished to talk. Medication or meditation? Do you believe in one of the two?
Yes.
Yeah? Which one?
The one that is corrected.
So the meditation. And what you do with the meditator?
What do I do with the meditator?
Huh?
I go within.
Yeah, but who goes? The meditator goes in it. You are a meditator because you go in. And so, what happens there?
I just get closer to my truth.
Closer to what?
To myself, my inner being, my essence.
So you don't need to be a meditator because you are always yourself.
Not all the time.
That's the meditator which speaks. It's not who you are. So don't trust the meditator. It's a meditator too much. The problem with the meditator is that he makes a difference between the one who is forgetting himself in activities and the one who is feeling very near himself. So there is a difference. That separation is troublesome. And that separation will never disappear as long as there is a meditator. Yeah. I know that this
I who is speaking is too much, and I always start to suppress, not to speak, but there is something that I have to share. It's somehow a funny story with me that I take you till now as an idea, and
You take what as
an idea,
Yeah.
ideal, and it's terrible because I was always thinking about when is your birthday. No, how to say it? So the day when you heard first in your life who you are is coming very closer to me in the time. So it means I will very soon reach that day in my life too. And that's why somehow I take for my, I don't know how to say it.
But you see what you say.
Yes. That's why I wanted to say the story. And now I know as a person, I always wanted to take what you give to me. But now I say I will never be able to take it. I give it also up. But
I didn't say that. Of course you can take it if you don't listen to your mind. You don't need to approach or to think you are nearer yourself in any step you take with your mind. All that are fantasy of the mind, are the delay of the mind. He always says, oh, I made progress now, and you have proofs for that because the life is different and so on. And then you feel, oh, I'm really very near. But all that is just part of the fantasy, of the search. Once you understand that what is has not to be searched, you will never, ever speak like this again. The mind can tell only in terms of time. So there will be prior, I am nearly the prior of myself, or beyond, I am nearly beyond. It will never keep quiet and tell it's just now.
But what is the war? I hear you, but still it's not real hearing. And
Yeah.
I have this terrible concept that I still did not suffer enough, and I still
Oh la la! Really?
yes, because there is still 1% in this life that I take for real, and it's such a suffering in me.
Yeah,
I
sure.
can't describe it differently.
No, but that's what I say. You are compromising one person, you suffer like hell.
Yes,
Sure, but then why do you do it? You said yourself, I believe I have to pass through. It's a belief. And if it is a belief, surely you will experience it. But why? For nothing.
because I think I prefer this 1% sometimes more that is beauty what you give.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
want. I just see it.
Okay. Just see it. How long you will prefer that? How long?
I don't want to prefer. I just
No,
I
but
just
as
think
you
about
prefer, you're right, you prefer that. How long? How long you want to suffer and search? You don't want to end up with this? You don't want to end up all this?
I would like to, really.
But then just here, it's my mind who tells me that, who suggests me that. I was never away from myself. So I am never nearer and nearer myself. All these is the talk of the mind, because this poor mind is dual. It cannot conceive differently. Why do you trust what the mind says, first of all? Why? Why? Remind yourself again, again, I should not trust my mind, and no concept is safe. I am uncompromising. And I know we have cherished concepts. That's the pay to price, the price to pay. Yeah, sometimes I'm a bit dyslexic. So,
So we have, just to understand, we
Yeah.
have cherished concept,
sure.
and it is the price to pay to leave them.
Yeah,
To leave them.
yeah, to just let them be freed.
Yes, because this kind of suffering I took as a tool.
Sure, okay, okay. Now the tool. What we do when we have a tool, a spike, you see that? To remove another spike which is in your foot, that happens in India, not here, but you remove with another one, and then what that one is removed, what you do? You throw both! Both!
Good morning, Ganga. Is it a fantasy to believe that the mind will eventually give up? It's like this simplicity of seeing and the vigilance. I know vigilance is really necessary. Yet the kind of subtle kind of mind belief with the vigilance comes that it's getting somewhere, that at some point the mind will, through this vigilance, will give up, and that's like a hope somehow.
Yeah, sure.
And you come back to just the simplicity of now, then that there's no involvement with that.
Mm-hmm.
But with the there's still this kind of, I don't know, I just wanted to, there's something around, I don't need to be busy, because that's like an involvement with a process that doesn't actually need to happen or exist. But there is this, like it appears that the more vigilance, the less trouble the mind is. But that could just be a kind of false sense of security, that it's kind of lulled into some state.
Yeah, but that's wrong, you see.
Of submission, yeah.
No, that's wrong.
And then it will just come back again, like,
sure. Sure.
as strong, perhaps.
Yeah, sure. No, that's...
So that's...
You cannot control much this mind. Through meditation, you make the tail of the pig straight. But as soon as you don't meditate, that's life. Some people have only this. Those who search and have some method, they have this, and then this, and then this, and then this. But it's just a transformation, more or less successful, of the mind. You are not the mind. Stop that belief. whatever appears is the mind. I am not it. Whatever I can see, I can objectify, I can feel, I can experience, I can conceive. I am not. It's the mind. It's an expression of what I am, sure. But to really see by yourself that I am not the mind, you have to leave aside for a split second, not make a state that all this I am not. And then you will be very clear when the mind reappears. The mind reappears, you know. It doesn't matter. It is as long as this body is alive. I will have quiet moments because I searched and I meditated in the past, and why not? I know also precious it is for the life. But it's not much in control. Life goes on. It doesn't mean I lost myself. I never lose myself. I lose what I conceive of myself. I lose what I experience of myself. That can be lost, not what I am. As soon as I conceive what I am, I will lose it. Because it's in time. It was not there before, it's revealed, it will go. So, what we call realization of the self is not a revelation. Not even. You're just it. You've always been it. Great. So think less.
Without trying to straighten them.
I do, but the answer to your search or the solution will never come through your mind, through an understanding or through a revelation, an experience. It will never, never. It's causeless. And what has a cause is in time. It is as simple as that. It is as drastic, I don't know if it is English word, means as uncompromising as that. Do you know that you are not more yourself now quiet than when you were asking me the question and all that? You are not more yourself. You are always yourself. So you see how one believes so much in his mind that he thinks, oh no, I'm quiet, I understand, so I'm more myself. No. That are states of mind which goes on changing.
And it's like just the happening of life.
Yeah,
That's
the mind, yeah.
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 Yeah. Mm.
It's inconceivable for the mind not to think that I will be enlightened. This is a deeply rooted concept, but you have to want to be courageous enough to see that if you hear this, you hear this. So let that concept also disappear. That's great, because then you will not be surprised to appear as the same. Nothing wrong that you appear as you were before and you are not transformed into an enlightened being. With a suddenly got a golden aura. It's extraordinary beliefs which makes you suffer. That one forgets. To be freed from believing one has to keep or maintain a certain state which looks like freedom or enlightenment is a big relief. Any image you see, you can conceive or you live or you experience is in the mouth of death. It will appear, it will disappear. So imagine if you believe in one state, it's hell. You have to maintain it by lie or by tremendous efforts, and anyway, you are a loser. So be freed from that desire. Or that belief. It's very interesting because if you see the history or the images we have of Buddha, let's say Buddha, whatever we know as a legend, but doesn't matter. Wang Po, Wineng, Lao Tzu, Socrates, I don't know where he was, but still, let's do like that. Ramana, Nisargadatta, Papaji, they are all so different as a person. One looks more charismatic, one looks more saintly, one looks like a bastard. Lindsay was a bastard, you know. Everybody looks so different. So it means it's not about the appearance. And indicate the same. Their appearance will not change. The proof. Nisargadatta, Ramana, Papaji, ha ha ha, and then what? I mean, it's a great teaching.
There's a quality that
What qualities? One is not better than another.
No, but the seeing, the seeing.
But it gives you a concept if you speak of qualities. Ramana is more qualified than Papaji. What? No.
No, I don't mean it like
Oh.
that. I just there's some being that clarity of knowing who you are, even though the appearance is incredibly
Yeah,
different.
that's why they indicate the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not in their states. It's not, doesn't belong to their personality. Okay. Yeah.
It's very confusing in a way, but only in the mind.
Some are completely unknown, on the foot. In India, let's say it's easier as an example because it's more extreme. You see some sadhus, a bit dirty, just nothing, and they are like this all day. Maybe they are just amazing. And another one has golden thing, and you cannot figure out by the look. You can't. Yeah. We just transport in our mind, everybody different for that, images which fits our concept of wisdom, for example. So we will be attracted more by those. But it's just personal likings. Mm. So that's what I say. What is the most important for each one is to really be clear with the demand, the most essential demand you have in life, because that will determine who you will meet to help you. And then you can trust because it fits what you search. And that clarity about what you want can change, of course, during your journey. And that's why sometimes you change guides. But all is fine. Yeah.
How is it about emotions? When I feel, for example, grief,
Yeah.
is it my mind that wants to feel it, or is it my body because it's stuck in my body?
Probably both. They are so linked, the body and the mind. If you suffer too much in the mind, you will feel it in the body also.
Mm.
Yeah?
Mm. And how can I know how long I can feel the emotion and then I should let go? Because when I feel it in my body, sometimes it's very hard to not register it. So how do I know how long I can an emotion?
I don't know to reply to that. I'm not a specialist of emotions.
And is it because when you are not in the mind, you normally not feeling emotions?
No. I am full of emotions, you know. But I don't ask anymore because I solved my biggest problem in life, which was, but who am I, in fact? And so I still feel emotions and all that, but I don't feed them extra. They come, they go, and they go then. What to do? I mean, this is the state of this creation. Cannot avoid pleasures and suffering. So, to reply to your question, I will not reply in the same level in that sense, because I don't know. Some people are better for that, you know. Some people have amazing power of healing or a very good therapy about that. Yet, I can say, whatever you feel or experience belongs to, you said very well, or the body or the mind, so you can figure it out. So actually, I am, what I am is not that. It belongs to my body and to my mind. And that can make the grip maybe less real. Yeah. In time, at least. For me, I see that the world offers sometimes very good help for many things, but it's always curing or healing for a while a something. It touches the effects, the effects, but the real cause of all this suffering and is because we don't know who I am. We don't really know, you see. And once you know, not that all this disappear, but you put things at their proper place. It's a big relief. Yeah.
I would like to tell you what happened for me after the last satsang.
Yeah.
It's I. It was like there was something where I couldn't go back, or I couldn't enter, or it happened a few times in satsang. Often after I have asked a question that what my normal habit, what happens automatically is that I think about it, I analyze, I understand, and it wasn't possible. And I didn't fight it also. It was just something that I noticed afterwards. It was like I
understand.
And now I guess why I'm asking or why I'm bringing it, because I'm actually not really sure why I'm saying it. It
says your mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. It was like
make it fresh.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that I would like to say to you also is that this belief that that I'm not able to just
to make it.
Yeah. I don't have it now.
It was just a belief.
It was just a belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make it fresh always. Very nice. There is a nice image to see where the mind makes a confusion. When you look at the ocean, we speak always of waves, the waves, And then sometimes it's rare, it's like in the life. It's quiet. So at that time we don't say, oh, that quietness is more the ocean than the waves. Not at all. Why should we do that when we apply to ourselves? It's not because just now I have a quiet mind as you apparently have, that you are more yourself. It's just an appearance like that, and what a blessing, it's so good also. But it's not about that, what you are. What you are is water. Let it be flat, let it be tormented with waves. You are always water. Don't try to fix it, the flat. It will not happen. So remove that confusion. Remove that preference which makes you suffer. Oh, I prefer to be quiet and meditative. Maybe, but it will not be for long. It's like that in duality, in the world of appearance. Anyway, I'm not only that, I'm not this appearance, even though it's also myself. Now when you go to the beach, see things like that. Apply it to your mind. Good reminder. Anything you want to ask more? All right. You are all right?
I've been working a while, let's say, to get rid of the self-concepts that I have.
Uh-huh.
The idea behind that is that I might be able to see who I am when I see what I'm not. But in connection with other people, they always seem to speak to one of my self-concepts.
Sure.
So I guess the question is, when people address me from a certain point of view, and I recognize that because that was one of my self-concepts, I have the feeling that I never get there as long as I connect from that space. So how can we connect without a self-concept?
Be yourself, huh? Then that trouble will go. I mean, and don't make an idea how it will be. You know, if you are two, you are in the world of appearance, and of course there are ups and downs and whatnot. Union, separation, and whatnot. That's called the life, the creation. And nothing wrong. It cannot be differently in the appearance. Now, who told you you need to jump in certain appearance or whatever? Be yourself, because you are always yourself anyway. And whatever is played in this creation is played, and then what? Doesn't matter. You have not lost yourself. Unless you think yourself has to appear in a certain way. That is the trouble then.
Yeah, but that's sort of the risk I encounter when people approach that certain self-concept, and I tend to answer from that concept.
Yeah, you will.
I always will.
I didn't promise that the personality will change.
No.
Then you will answer. Sometimes you will be furious because, oh, you don't like it anymore, and sometimes you will laugh. Oh, what a joke. What to do? Doesn't matter. What's more important, to appear in a certain way or to be who you are? I mean, to be who you are anyway, you are it. You see, you cannot control much those waves.
So no matter the self-concepts, authenticity below that is
Yeah, just know what appears as a person. Of course, reacts the same, like that. Sometimes not, but you know. Mostly you are the same. What may not be there is the anxiety of the search, because the search disappeared. Apart from that, we are quite the same appearing, quite the same. If you're a boring one, you will appear as a boring. If you're a furious, you will still do. If you are a loving one, you will appear as you were. Doesn't matter. Doesn't fit the ideal we have. Doesn't matter. That's why you see, a Sangha is a group like any group. Means it's not because we are a Sangha, a group going to Satsang, that we will be better. It's a pity, maybe I don't speak about that, but we will not be especially better. In the contrary, because we hear, a state will not do. So we are just what appears. But it's called a Sangha because there is a chance to know that I am always myself, whatever appears. That makes a Sangha, not the appearance. And not the guide. In the appearance you cannot recognize anything. You can recognize only, oh, he's kind or he's a bastard, that's all. As normal life. So what's more important for you? What is essential? That you honor. Thank you very much.